Hey, Cancers, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? Woohoo! This is Saturday. I'm filming this on the 7th, the day before the new moon in Leo. A lot of energies up there right now. I should be feeling some of those. If you aren't, you'll feel them tomorrow and for the next couple of days, and definitely the energies of this moon. Leo is a strong moon, definitely full of confidence and loyalty, but also a lot of strength. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. I'm not going to say anything more. Anyway, this is your reading for the 9th through the 15th. I have just a couple of announcements real quick, is that the if you haven't watched the Spiritual War, that video is up. Please watch it. Watch it. It is definitely about our spiritual warfare within ourselves right now, and also between people. And the world and what's going on. And so the Divine wanted me to share that with you. Please watch it. I think it's short. It's not too long. I think it's 10 minutes or so. And then I did upload part 1 and 2, picking up the pieces for the sexual abuse, surviving, healing, and living with sexual abuse. That is not only some life coaching, but also my story in there. Hopefully that will help somebody. Please, if you do watch it, please comment or share it if you think it's going to help somebody. I really hope it does. That is why the Divine had me do it. And I also had another lady ask me to please. I wasn't going to do it, but the Divine really was pushing for it. And then she's like, please tell your story because it helped me. And it helped me to heal. So she's very valued and very dear friend. So I did it. So hopefully it'll help. So I will be putting the 3rd, which is living with sexual abuse. That will be up tonight. So you will have it tomorrow morning on Sunday morning. So if you watch the other 2, you'll have that Sunday morning. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to be pulling 3 oracles as usual. First card is Divine. For those of you that are brand new, they'll say, what? Usually it's past, present, future, right? No, this is Divine, current, and future energies. We'll see what's going on, what the Divine wants to share, what message. Maybe you've been asking something. Maybe you're troubled with something and you're like, what about, kind of a thing. So this is his card to you, all right? And then we'll go into the current and future energies. At the end, if there is time, I will do love and relationships. Definitely need to clean my table. We're getting ready to move this room around, so you're going to probably see some different viewings here in the next couple of weeks of my backdrops. I'm not quite sure what we're doing yet. So, all right, let's see what Divine has to say. We had this one before. I'm going to share while I'm shuffling. I just did Aquarius. They were probably the lightest reading I've had all week. The energies are very low vibrational this week. Very low vibrational. I have a hard time doing them because I'll do a reading and I was like, I really don't like the way this is going, but I have to read the way that the cards lay, right? And then I'll read another one. It's like, seriously? And they're very draining when they're low vibrational because they want to suck you dry. Just like an energy vampire. Maybe you've got a friend that by the time you leave them, you're just so drained. It's like, oh my gosh, I just can't deal with this person. It's not the person, it's the energies, but it's how they are, their attitude and their mindset and what's going on to keep them that way. Well, that's the readings this week. I don't think I had but one light reading all week. So let's hope that the Cancer's reading is a very light one. Okay. So we have the Divine's card is the number 44, which is the number 8. And it is also the Divine Matrix. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful card. Now the number 4 or the number 8 can also mean rewards coming. It could also mean blessings coming, things that may be coming or pay attention to because maybe there's an opportunity of you to have something happen so that blessings come. But I don't know what that is for you. So we're going to read about the Divine Matrix. I've had this once before, and I'm slowly learning these cards. But this one here I have not got to study yet. So we're going to read it. Okay. So do you ever wonder how synchronicities have come together? The meaningful coincidences move life forward in ways that we cannot understand at the time. We can get trapped in the idea that the world is a place of separate parts with space in between, because the true quantum spiritual nature of reality can be confusing. Imagine that everything is possible under the sun and waiting to be claimed. You are not separate from what you desire to manifest. Everything is intrinsically, I can't speak today, connected. Now that's going to bother me. Connected within a vast living web of life, a divine matrix. Okay, so even that which you have not yet observed as part of your life experience is still connected to you. It remains dormant until you choose it to. So again, we're talking about manifestation, things that are already given to you. It's sort of like even having that belief that, there's different dimensions, and maybe there is a dimension that lives within our dimension, but we cannot see it. Sort of like when all of a sudden some people can see it and some people can't. Like some people can see spirits, some can't. Are those dimensions, are those spirits living within this dimension that we just can't see it? Those are the kind of things we'll never know until we go to the other side. And we may never know because we don't know the power of the divine and the massive. We could never understand. His ways are not our ways, definitely. So we really have to look at that and see what that might be happening for you in that. Sorry, I got to look up something just for a second. Okay. So, but also too, the other thing is that we're not separate parts. We're all connected. Okay. We're all connected. And that is the number 8. You have the number 4 for your current energy, which is the dry desert. Okay. What happens in the dry desert? It's a time to be still. Things that are happening that we cannot see. Again, the divine matrix. We cannot see them happening under the ground. We know that something's happening because that cactus in the background is green. Okay. We know that there's things happening under the ground, but we don't know how, what, where, when, or why. That's the same with the matrix. We don't know. We just have to know that there's a time and a place for everything. Okay. We have to be still in sometimes. Sometimes when we don't know what to do, we just need to be still and wait to watch that. So those cactuses are nice and green. Imagine your life as a garden. We just sort of have to wait until those plants begin to pop up out of the ground and see the results of what is going on underneath. All right. It is a slow and steady process. It is also the number 3. So we have 3, 4, and 8. Okay. The number 3 is to acknowledge that it needs to go steady and slow. And the reason why is if something goes too fast, you might just miss something. And it might be an opportunity. It might be a lesson. It might be something that you don't want to miss. It's sort of like if Divine said, I have the perfect person for you, they're coming. You're going to love them. They're everything that you desired and dreamed for in that person, whether a guy, gal, whatever it is. It's going to be everything that you dreamed of and desired. And you're like, oh, wow, wow, wow. You're so excited. You're looking everywhere. And then Divine comes to you again. It's like, well, did you see him? It's like, no. Did you send him? Yeah, he passed you about 3 days ago. So you missed it. So trying to be still and just sit and just watch and not be so in a hurry and let things happen slowly like they're supposed to. And if trust me, if they're supposed to work fast, Divine will make it work fast. But right now things are to sit and wait and watch and analyze and just wait for that darkness to come out. Okay? Because not everything is seen. Everything, it's like we say, Divine works best in the dark. He does. You look at soil, it's in the dark. You look at when you go, how many of you guys have plants out there? I have a plant, a bamboo plant. Okay. I'll go to bed and I talk to my plants. I water my plants. I touch them. My house looks like a jungle because it's energy. This is energy that is feeding off. However, I sometimes go to bed at night and I talk to my bamboo plant because it's on the way to my room. And then I was like, oh, you got a little baby there. You got a little new leaf there. Oh, how cute. And I'll get up in the morning and it's like this long. And I'm like, what happened overnight? It's in the dark it happens. It grows in the dark. So let it grow in the dark. Let things happen in the dark that are supposed to happen, okay? Because that's where it's going to happen. And that is your first card out. That is truth. Okay, that is absolute truth. The King of Swords always looks for truth. Always looks for truth. Definitely. And that's what he's on search. That's what he's in search for. That's like how when we say seek the sacred, you're seeking the truth. Absolute truth, not human truth, not earthly truth. That's like this and all over the place. You know, what is really the truth? Being in nutrition, they used to say, oh, just eat the egg whites, because if you eat the yolk, all that cholesterol, that is really bad. Well, if you take the yolk out of an egg white, it's not a complete protein. So how am I going to get a complete protein if you take the yolk out of the egg? Then later on, oh, you got to put the egg, or you got to put the yolk back in. Earth truth is all over the place. That's why you have to go to divine truth. And that's why you need to have conversations with him so that you know what is real and what isn't, you know. And if you are one of those that like to read the Bible, definitely scripture will tell you a lot. You know, it will tell you a lot. This is another one. One of these. Okay, so we have, oh, good. We have manifestation on the bottom. It is talking about a lot of manifestation right now, a lot of manifestation. And the reason why is we're getting ready to go to the waxing moon. That new moon is going to transfer to a waxing moon as it passes through, and then we are in abundance, what we can get in abundance, all right? So we have the truth. We have something going on that is not seen. It could be hurtful. You just got to wait and pay attention. And really look to the light and see, because here's the thing, light will always outshine dark. It's sort of like when somebody lies, you know, especially a woman, because we got that little extra sense. But the other thing too is being an empath. It's really hard to lie to. I mean, an empath is really, I am really hard to lie to, because I read body language as well. So it's like, you're not telling the truth. I know you're not. But this is definitely about something to do with truth. There is to acknowledge that something was very painful. Maybe somebody said something and it was really painful. Maybe somebody said something about you that wasn't true. And that really hurt because somebody else believed it. Been there, done that. Being a business owner, when I sold my business, the lady who bought my business walked off with everybody's horse tack and everybody's stuff. And then when my clients were asking me to come back, please come back, please help us, please come back. So I came back, even though it wasn't my responsibility. I came back, I'd help them. But the other thing too was that my competitors were trying to damage my reputation because they thought that I was the one that was doing it. But everybody knows me. All my clients know me. So you have to really watch and be careful. And then, you know, you just sort of put them in their place. I like putting people in their place. Get my attorney on it. Cease and desist because you're damaging my business, blah, blah, blah. And plus, when somebody is trying to do something against you, that's just saying that they're jealous or they want something that you have value. Your value is overseeing them. Okay, so what I mean by that, so if, I don't know even how to do a hypothetical for that, but the thing is that if somebody is gossiping bad stuff or whatever about you, the thing is, and it's not true, that they're doing it because one, they're in fear, or two, they're jealous, because usually those type of people want to try to rob you of something, okay? And as one inspirational speaker's grandma used to tell him, is that a thief doesn't come in to rob an empty house. They come in to rob something of value. So you have value, they want it, they're jealous of it, and they fear it. So keep walking and shining in the light, okay? Keep walking and shining in the light. Because again, something's working down below. Definitely some is working down below. All right, let me see what else is going on here. Are these upside down? Oh, okay. Right in the middle of your card is Death in reverse. So something is maybe supposed to end, but isn't ending quite yet. So again, be careful and watch what's going on in the dark. Pay attention, be still. Don't go running, assuming. Oh boy, I hear that word. Assuming things that you probably shouldn't be assuming, because you might end up with a foot in your own foot in your mouth. You don't want to do that. Okay, so we have the Death card in reverse. We have, this is going to have something to do with work, definitely. Somebody's not being very nice at work. We have the King of Pentacles, which could be a boss, could be a mentor, could be supervisor, could be something of that nature where you're at work. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and then we also have the Two of Pentacles, which is your challenge card. Okay, this is sort of like a card that you want to avoid. Definitely, in this case, we definitely want to avoid this. So there is something that is going on at work, or something going on in to do with your career or school or something of that is working on the underside. So something happened where maybe somebody probably took an idea or something of that nature. I don't know what it is. However, they thought it was all done and over with. It's not. So the boss may already know, or the teacher or the professor or the counselor or whoever might already know, because they see that you have been working really, really hard. And again, your first card out is the King of Swords, which means it's all about truth. The truth will come out. The truth will always, always come out. I'll tell you that right now. And if it doesn't come out verbally, somebody already knows the truth. And you may know the truth, but some people just don't talk about it. Okay. But the challenge card is, and the thing to avoid is trying to multitask too many things at once. I don't know who that's for, but stop doing so many things at once, because you're actually not able to sit in quiet and stillness if you're always moving. You can't see or hear divine what he wants for you if you're always moving. That's why I say a lot of the times when you really want to know what you're supposed to be doing and where you're going and all this, you got to sit in a quiet room or a quiet car or wherever it is, quiet nature, whatever it is, and really connect. You can't do it. Well, I got to be on the phone. I got to be at work. I got to be doing this. I got to be doing that, like a workaholic does. I used to be there. And you just go, 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 go. How do you expect to hear in the dry desert? You can't even hear the wind, let alone. And, we don't see the wind. We know there is wind, but we see the effects of the wind. So how can you hear divine? How can you feel the divine, the wind of divine, or anything of that nature when you're too busy? So this is your challenge card, and to avoid maybe overdoing it. Plus, when you multitask, you guys are killing brain telomeres. When you play a game, you're not doing anything else but playing a game. I don't know how you guys do it. My daughter has all the games and systems and stuff like that, but I don't know how you guys do it, because you're doing all kinds of things at once, but you're still playing one thing, one game. Okay, you're not doing a game, you're not chatting, you're not doing homework, and if you are, you need to knock it off. All right, so let's see what else we've got going here. All right, but you've got the Hangman right next to these two. This is the thing. This is a big one. Didn't realize this here. You've got two things of low vibrational, and you've got the Hangman. Go away, death card. We've got the Hangman right in the middle, which is all about insightfulness. It's all about high vibrational, high energies, high self. It's divine energy. It is truth. It's like, okay, I need to sit and think. I need to pay attention to everything that has happened or that is happening, so that I can determine if this is something I want to go through. Because something that you're supposed to be doing, somebody's trying to hurry too much, somebody's trying to go too fast, you need to slow it down. And then number 3 is acknowledging, I need to slow it down. Stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the coffee. Have a cup of coffee, that kind of thing. All right. I would like to get clarification on this Death in Reverse card, please. right in the center of your reading. That is what I would like. They want you to reverse it. I can't make this up. I can't make this up, you guys. So death card in reverse, ask for clarity, is to reverse it. So whatever needs to end needs to end. I don't know what that is. So it could be just something simple. It's like, okay, I got to stop doing that bad habit. I got to stop, staying up late. I got to stop, because this has to do with your potential for your work in your future. And it's going to affect whatever this is. Okay. I don't know who that's for, but it definitely is going to affect whatever is coming up, because you're trying to hurry through so much. When you hurry through so much, you miss steps, you miss opportunities, you don't hear things that you're supposed to be hearing, you're not feeling your spirit or your intuition, you're not allowing the divine matrix to actually work because you think that you can do it all and handle it all yourself. That is what he's saying right there. If you would just stop, I can take over the wheel, kind of a thing. All right. All right. So we know a lot of this has to do about your future and about how you're thinking. Somebody's overthinking, and this is sort of like you're thinking that you need to work and do it all. You know what? The biggest thing when I went from the world human thinking, like, I got to do this, I got to have this happen, I need to make it happen, that kind of a thing, and saying, you know what? I'm done. You take over. I'm done. When I surrendered and released all that, it was so much easier, because I was able to slow down. I was able to have more balance. I was able to actually have more money, actually. Okay. There was a lot more positives once I released it. And I also got to see what absolute truth is like. Living in absolute truth, I'd never turned back. There's times where the old person wants to come up. There is that time where the old person wants to pop out. But no, I stop it right there. I stop it and I say, no, you don't, because that's a low vibration tugging you to come back into the old ways. And that's not what's going on. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be tugged into temptation or lying or cheating or, it doesn't matter. It's just once. This is this. That's the first step. When that low vibration sees you do it just once, they know they got you, because you're going to become weak. You become weak. Humans are weak. Humans can be very weak, especially if things are not going right. All right. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I have so many doubles today. It's unbelievable. So something is very hurtful. Something is happening. Something. Be mindful of the people that you're hanging around at work with, because it can turn your life upside down. Trust me, I've been there. I know one employee, actually 2 employees, that tried to literally take me down. And when they thought they could take me down because they were management and I was actually somebody that knew more than them in a certain position, and they got fearful and wanted to get rid of me. But did they get rid of me? You know what? It doesn't matter if they got rid of me or not. I didn't care, because Divine knew what was going on and how that happened. But, people can be evil. People can be mean, is what I'm trying to say. So when you do that, just what Divine is going to do is take that pain, change it around, and turn it around for good, for calmness, love, and joy. It's going to change your life. If you think in a different mindset, if you stay in that mindset, this is not going to mean anything to you. Your mindset will be earth. It's just like, how's he going to turn that around for good? How's he going to turn that around for good? You've got to sit in the desert for a minute, pay attention. You have to analyze it from a spiritual side. What lesson is in this for me or that person or whatever? And then you have to turn it around, because he will turn it for good. Because the Ace of Cups is all about peace and calmness and love and joy. Definitely. And then you turn this around. You just turn death upside down. Okay. Definitely. Huge, huge, huge. So you got to be patient. You can't see what's going on. And these two cards side by side show it. These are the two main energies for you this week. The divine matrix and definitely just being still. And that's the hardest. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the hardest thing to do, is to be still and wait. But I want it to go faster. It's not your timing. It's his timing, divine's timing. Okay. It is when if it's like a couple, if that person isn't ready to be with somebody, he's not going to bring them forward. Now you can manipulate it and ruin it because that person really still needed a lesson to be learned. Okay. And then it won't last because they haven't learned that lesson yet. And then it's going to throw a wrench in your relationship. Or you can sit and be patient. And then it's like cooking a roast. It takes time. It's slow and steady. But when it comes out, it's very juicy. It's very flavorful. It's tender. It's everything that you'd hoped it to be. But when you rush it like a microwave, try to put a roast in the microwave. It comes out rubbery, hard, nasty. So, yeah, consider everything right now like a slow roast cooker. Yeah, it's hard to do, but it will come out and it will be better in the long run. Okay, so for those who are in a love relationship or headed that way or single hoping for that, who knows what that's going to bring this week. We're now going into the waxing moon, so that's all about abundance. Definitely. So for those couples and stuff out there and people headed towards dating, we have the Diamond Dreamer. Diamond Dreamer. It is about material wealth. Again, this is your reading, and this is about career. This is about prosperity. This is about, success, that kind of a thing. It is about material wealth and true prosperity. The number 6. Again, you got the number 6. Was it, or was in the last reading? I had like 4 or 3 number 6s. I was really surprised. But this definitely for your relationship, and I would say with your relationships, make sure that your true prosperity is the same thing, that your wealth is the same thing with your partner, because somebody's wealth is not the same as somebody else's. So somebody's wealth might be money. If what to them, and usually this is a lot of men or masculines because they're there to provide or to get money, and that's what they're built to do. But then somebody else's might be love. It might be joy. It might be health. It might be something else. Might be just being at peace. Maybe a happy family, that kind of a thing. Definitely want to pay attention to that and talk about it, because that is really huge. You have to be on the same page with each other's wealth is. It doesn't have to be the same as long as you're on the same page. So if somebody's wealth is money and the other person's wealth is like, well, my success is, I travel the world. Maybe that's me. But if you can put that money and that desire both together of money and building something together, then you both can travel. You both will have a little money and that kind of a thing. It works together. It's like a hand in glove. Okay. So I don't know who this is for, but that's the Diamond Dreamer. And let's see what else we have. Sometimes when we dream, we're very creative as well. Some partners might be really, really super creative and romantic, know how to really create romance for the relationship. I can see that in this picture. Somebody's really thinking about that. Somebody's trying to create that, because diamond is supposed to be the ultimate gem or crystal, and dreamer definitely is the top. And hold your vision. This is the fixed moon. So hold your vision. Hold what it is that you hold high. What is your prosperity? What is your wealth? And keep that forward in your movement, in your mind, in your movement, in your mind. Okay? Because your vision, there's 2 ways. There's the earthly vision, there's a spiritual vision. So it depends on what you're looking for. There's a lot of earthly stuff right here, a lot of things to do with money, wealth, that kind of a thing. So, hold your vision for what you're dreaming of for here. But just remember to be flexible enough, because when the divine says to be still, that you be still, because there's something even he's working on for the better of whatever your vision is. So if he throws a wrench in it, or if he throws, you know, things, you're going this way and he's like, oops, I'm going to shift you off this way a little bit. Be flexible. Remember, the best asset you have is being flexible, being agile, being being agile. You got to be flexible. So then if he shifts you over here, it's like, okay, well, that's fine, not a problem. I'm just going to sort of go this way a little bit, then I'm going to get back on track. So he may put a bump in the road. Oh, well, I didn't expect that expense, or I didn't expect that to show up. Oh man, my car broke down. Oh man, I didn't expect that. Okay, not a problem. There's a reason you had my car break down. Maybe it's keeping me safe. Maybe it's, you know, something's going to come up, or I could have had an accident, you know, and thanking him, you know, a lot of times, okay, so I don't have the money right now, but you know what? I get paid in a week or two. Maybe I can get some rides. Being flexible and then getting back on track when you can. He's working on something. He's working on something. It's up to you to go slow and steady and not be microwave. Want to just get it done fast. All right. But this is for your relationships too. You both have to have a vision. You both have to have a goal together. You both have to have goals separately, but one together, so that you can have something to plan for a future together. You know, that kind of a thing. Vision is very, very important, even to successful people. I mean, look at the dude that just shot a rocket up into space with people. You know, he had a vision. He had a vision. And even though he's got tons of money to do that, everybody can have their own vision at any financial level. We all have a vision. All right. So I hope this reading was good for you. I hope there was something in it that you could grasp and hold on and resonated with you. If it didn't and somebody came to mind, maybe share this with them, or you just share it with people that you might know that might like this. And I hope that you go out and watch the Spiritual War video, and also the Picking Up the Pieces, the series, especially if you know somebody who's gone through sexual abuse or is struggling with that. All right. And you always can email me. Like I said, even in those videos, I said, please email me if you need to. So I hope you guys have a great, great week. Don't forget, tomorrow is the new moon reading. If you haven't subscribed, hit that bell. I do that because back in the old days, we typed, and then our electric typewriters, we had to hit the bell. Ding, type, ding. Now you guys just type on the computers. But back in the day, we had to type, and when it got to the end of the page, bing, typed in the end of the page, bing. So subscribe and hit that bell, ding. All right. Take care, you guys. It's the end of the day. I still have 2 more readings to do. I might have to do these tomorrow because my brain is fried. The energy, this takes a lot of energy to do these readings, a lot of energy, and it's very, very hot here. So I hope you guys have a great, great week, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. And remember to slow down. All right. Take care. I can't do any more. This is just too